in celebration of the 18th anniversary of the signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Three weeks ago, we celebrated our nation's Independence Day, and today we're here to rejoice in and celebrate another Independence Day, one that is long overdue. And with today's signing of the landmark Americans for Disabilities Act, every man, woman, and child with a disability can now pass through once closed doors into a bright new era of equality, independence, and freedom. And on your behalf, as well as the behalf of this entire country, I now lift my pen to sign this Americans with Disability Act and say, let the shameful wall of exclusion finally come tumbling down. God bless you all.
In the disability rights movement had been the streams of constant change, for the worse, for the better, in flux it had remained. But to move it with decision toward human dignity, we gathered as one, there was work to be done, for we held only part of the key. ADA, we stand as one to see it through. ADA, civil rights overdue. This is a song that I wrote for today, thinking about how what we're doing stands on the shoulder of giants and on the writing of Thomas Jefferson. By our hallowed declaration, created equal are we all, a sounding for the ages, a stirring sacred call, but not a promise, not reality, did Jefferson inscribe. For its want, so many suffered, for its want, so many died. And it's on toward our common dignity, in a land whose great promise we now keep. Civil rights and an equal open door, as we pass where so many trod before. Lincoln guided toward that yearning with the slave's emancipation, but a bloody road still laid ahead for those freed within our nation. And then women took their rightful place, sweet suffrage hard won. 2008's historic milestones, see how far we've come, and it's on toward our common dignity, in a land whose great promise we now keep. Civil rights and an equal open door, as we pass where so many trod before. Then civil strife and native rights, freedom's flame burned ever higher, and then movements aimed at access, a torch of truth's own fire. Out of bleak and barren shadowlands, through the wailing of the storm, the wind unfurled our banners, a better day, a brighter morn. Equal, we are created equal, given rights, given liberty and more. Equal, we are created equal. Our Creator gave us rights none can ignore. Yes, we are created equal, intrinsic rights endowed, all the same beneath the surface, gifts bestowed on one and all. And these battered truths, self-evident, pass through time from hand to hand. May our leaders join our purpose, for true access must expand, and it's on toward our common dignity. In a land whose great promise we now keep, civil rights and an equal open door, as we pass where so many trod before, as we pass where so many trod before.
Jeff Moyer, thank you so very much. Jeff Moyer, songwriter, author, producer, public speaker, historian, and advocate for civil rights. And Jeff, I just learned that you were, in 1990, when the ADA was signed, that day you performed at the United States Senate after the signing of the ADA. So,
thank you, Jim.
He was there on that historic day. Well, I am very pleased to introduce the next speaker to join us this afternoon at this forum, this national forum. He is the presumptive nominee of the Republican Party for President, John McCain of Arizona. And Senator McCain has participated in several important pieces of disability-related legislation, including being the principal author of Title IV of the ADA, which governs telecommunications access. He helped to lead efforts to improve voting accessibility for people with disabilities and for older adults. And he has led the effort to improve services and care for disabled veterans. Please join me in welcoming, for remarks today to this national forum, to be followed by a few questions, the presumptive nominee, about to be nominee for President of the Republican Party, Senator John McCain. Senator.
Thank you very much, Judy, and thanks for the kind words. And I would also like to mention that I appreciate and remember Jeff being at the signing, that historic moment of the ADA, where Americans, Republicans, Democrats, every persuasion came together for the good of this nation to fulfill the promise and commitment of our founding fathers that all of us are created equal and endowed with certain inalienable rights.